Hello and welcome to Engineering Edge, your one-stop civil engineering channel. This is the first episode of our Learning Robot Structural Analysis professional series. In this series, we will go from beginner to advanced, breaking down everything from setting up projects to performing complex analysis. Today, we are starting with a tour of the software. We will look at the user interface, core capabilities, and real-world applications. Let's dive in. Let's begin by opening the Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis professional software. At the very top, we have the title bar. This displays the name of your current project and the version of the software you are using. So let me put a red triangle around this place for you to see where I'm talking about. So this is where you have the red triangle, is where we call the title bar. Let me delete it so at least you know where the title bar is. Let's save our project to the desktop. Call it new project. Notice how the name updates in the title bar. So you can go to file, save as. No, you can go to file, then maybe save. Then we save it as new project. Automatically you see that our title bar has been updated to new project. So that is what I'm talking about. So that is the title bar area. The next thing we are going to look at with the user interface is the menu bar and the toolbars. Just below the title bar is the menu bar. So just as you have it here, where you have the file, the edit, the view, the geometry, loads, analysis, and many more. That is where you have the menu bar. And to the right, we have the toolbars. So to the right at this place where I'm putting the red triangle, let me delete this one first. And then let me put the red triangle on this side for you to see where I'm talking about. Okay, so this is where you have the toolbars. This contains most of the commands you will use: modeling, loading, analysis, design, and more. You can customize the toolbar layout, dock it to the top or bottom as you prefer. So as you have it here, you can move it and then bring it to the bottom here if you prefer it at the bottom here. Or if you want to bring it to the top, you can do that as well, or you can let it remain on the side. So that is for the toolbar. Okay, now let's move on to the next on the user interface, which is the object inspector. So the object inspector, as you can see on your left side, is what I've circled here. That is what you have here. That's the object inspector. On the left side is the object inspector. This is where properties for selected objects show up. Let me quickly draw a simple 5 meter by 5 meter plan with beams. Don't worry about how don't worry about how I'm going to draw this thing. We'll cover it in our next video. So let me just draw it. Let me first delete what I have here. Let me draw the 5 by 5. I'll first create a grid, which is a 5 by 5 grid. Can create it here. Since we are using millimeters, I'm going to make it 5,000 for here. And then also for the y-axis, I'm still going to maintain the 5 meter. So we are doing 5 by 5. I'm just going to change the numbering, and then we'll have it there. I need to create this one. I didn't create it, so we'll have it. So this is your 5 by 5 5 by 5 grid. So I'm going to create some beams here, and then we'll see how those beams reflect in our object inspector. So let me go to beam. Looking at the layout, we can go to beam here. We are selecting any beam that we want for now, so we'll use the same thing. Let me change this layer to the 1 meter layer. Let me just draw the beam. Let me use concrete beam so that we can see how this thing works. So we go this way, we come this way, and then we come this way. You see, whilst I draw the beams, the object inspector is updating itself. So the number of nodes I've drawn so far is 4. The number of beams I've drawn so far is 3. So if I draw this one, it will update to 4. Number of nodes still 4 because we've not added any node yet. So you can clearly see the object inspector is where your members that you've chosen will be shown. So if it's column, you are going to see the column there. If it's beam, you are going to see your beams there. So if I select, it will highlight it blue here. That means I've selected a beam. And if you want to do any changes to the beam, you can do it here. You can change the size of the beam. You can change this a column. Let me use another beam. You can change the size. You can look at the strength as well. If you want to do maybe C45, you can change it. Even the angle of the beam, if you want to change it 90 to 90 degrees, you can do that in the object inspector. So it's a very powerful tool on the user interface. So that is it for the object inspector. So let's move on to the next one. The next user interface item you have to know is the pop-up windows and the layout controls. So just below the menu bar, we've already discussed the menu bar, which is the file edit and all those things. Just below it, where you have this particular thing here, where I've used the red triangle around, is where you have the pop-up windows and the layout control. This particular layout pop-up window and layout control is used to create new projects. Let's say if you want to create a new project, you can use this. Let me delete this thing first. If you want to create a new project, you can come here and then you create a new project. You can select whatever you want to do. You want to open a new file. You want to do a quick print, undo, and then redo. You have them here. Undo and then redo. You have them here. You want to do a quick calculations. All these things and many more. Mesh. If you want to create a mesh, you want more edit items, you can get them here. All these things and many more you can find in this pop-out pop-out window. And this is the layout control. The layout control, let's say you are done with your design, you want to look at the results, your maps, your analysis, you want to do your designs. All these things can be found on this layout and then this pop-up window. So it's also very, very important. We'll be using most of the items here a lot, so you understand it better. And then one of the the most important area here when you are doing, I think is the most important area when you are dealing with robot structural analysis, is your 3D drawing area. So this 3D drawing area is where I'm going to let me put the red thing around here. So this is actually your drawing area, and that is your 3D drawing area. It supports panning, it supports zooming, it supports 3D orbits and handy view cube for navigating the model. Let's switch our model into 3D view and explore the tools. So let me delete this thing first. Let's switch our model to 3D. We can go to the view now. Let me change this thing. You are going to learn about all these things, so let's work on this once. Now let's get the user interface first, then the rest will follow. So you see I've switched it onto 3D, so you can clearly see. Let's explore it. Let's say this is the cube, the view cube. If I want to go to home, I can get it. If I want to just see the front elevation, I can do that. If I want to see the right, I can do that. Any view that I want to do. Even if I want to also maybe rotate the thing, I want to rotate my 3D, I can easily right click on the surface and then select my rotate. I can do that here. I can also open use a window. I can pan, I can redraw, I can zoom on. Let's say I've zoomed it big and I don't know where my model is hiding. I want to bring it all together. I just go to zoom all, I bring everything together. You can get your snap settings here. We'll look at it later. You can get your snap settings. You can get your display. Let's say you select this object, you want to know the object properties. You can go here, you can see what object you are doing, the geometry, the properties, the modulus of elasticity, and all those things. You can get all these things from the 3D drawing area. So it's a very important area. We are going to go deep into it once we study. We go deep into this series. Okay, so now let's talk about what robot structural analysis can do, and it's a lot. You can do linear and non-linear analysis with robot structural analysis. You can do dynamic and seismic analysis, including modal, response spectrum, time history, pushover analysis, footfall analysis, drift analysis. So we are not going to go deep into it. Just I've said we'll do that later. But when you go to the analysis type and you come to new, all the things I just mentioned, modal analysis, you can do seismic, spectral, harmonic, time history, pushover. You can do all those things there, footfall analysis. So the robot is very good in doing those things. You can also, it has a very, very good wind load simulation, built into it. And it can help you in your designing your tall buildings or your bridges. You go to load, you go to maybe special, you go to wind load simulation. You can do your simulation here in all direction that you want. Whatever direction that you want, you can select, and then you do your wind load analysis. Also, we have it can also do automatic load combination for you. So let's say you don't want to do your manual load combination, you can always do your automatic load combination, which is very good. You ask it depending on the code, the code that you are using, whether it's Euro code, is the ACI, is the British standard, is the Indian standard, whatever code you are using, you can get the automatic combination from it, and it's very, very good. It can also do auto meshing. You, instead of you doing your individual meshing for your slab, your plates, or your diaphragm and all those things, you can just do an automatic meshing. It can do it for you, which is a very good tool. It has different material and section libraries for the steel, the concrete, the timber, the composite. You can get all. Like you go to the tools here, job preference. You want to see the materials that they have in. You have the material. You see, you have material from all countries with their code here. France, Euro code. You have Spanish. You have all those codes there. You can come here. You can change the properties. You have properties of steel, aluminium, timber, and other properties. You can create your own material here as well. Okay, and then let's go to the another thing robots can do, also beam integration. It has the beam integration in case you want to take your model to Revit. You can go to the add-ons in integration. It has the Revit integration. It has advanced steel integration and all those integration. If you want to do, if you want to do BIM, it also has an open AI, which is good for automation, custom tools, and advanced workflows. So it can do well. In the real world, you can use robot to do building and bridge design, composite and timber structures, seismic and wind engineering analysis, retrofitting and renovation of your buildings, your bridges, and your steel structures. Whatever thing you are doing, you want to do renovation or you want to do retrofitting, you can use robots to do the analysis. And it can also be used for academic works, for training and all sort of things. So it's a very good software for this kind of things. So I think now we've covered basically the basis of robots, what it can do, and everything. So that is it for this first episode. We've explored the interface, the core capabilities, and the key application of robot structural analysis professional. In the next video, we'll walk through how to set up a new project, configure units, and other stuff. A crucial first step in any modeling workflow. We'll also cover coordinate systems and file management tips. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your fellow engineers. If you have any questions or something specific you want to learn, drop it in the comment section below. This is Engineering Edge, where civil engineering meets clarity. See you in the next one. Bye bye.